What's a harmless habit that people don't realize is actually damaging in the long run? Sitting too long on the toilet. Please elaborate. I would like to present good reasons for my husband. I was doing 30 minutes on the toilet every day, and one day I ended up with an anal fissure. It's one of the most painful thing ever, and it doesn't go away. And I did a lot of things to alleviate the pain, but nothing helped. So after being miserable for 5 years, I decided to do surgery, which way even more painful afterwards, and I ended up not even able to walk for a few days due to pain. And let's not even talk about pooping. I was sitting on the toilet for so long because I was trying to find a little escape and calmness from 2 few-year-old boys for a little part of the day. Now me and my wife instead communicate if we are overwhelmed and take turns if we can't handle ourselves anymore. Totally not worth the pain for 30 minutes. Getting an anal fissure is not related to sitting on the toilet for 30 meters, but has more to do with pushing too much. I often take a long time on the toilet precisely because I do not try to force it. Holding in your pee because you're busy at work. Edit. Love that this has so many upvotes and so many people finding out the perils of holding in their pee/poop. Adding. Being so busy you don't poop. Can't tell you the number of people I've treated for self-inflicted constipation. That leads to bigger issues. Also, let your kids poop. I've also have had kid patients ages 9 to 15 who have fecal incontinence because they held it in for so long. It's a terrible thing for a kid to go through. As a teacher, you learn the value of bathroom breaks and also the power of giving bathroom breaks. The situations I've seen other teachers put their students through have been horrific. I've met female teachers who cannot read the room when a female student has just got her period. You only make that mistake once. I remember one of the first times I ever got my period in school. I was panicking and uncomfortable and had a miserable time in the bathroom because I was too embarrassed to make a sound with the wrapper in case anyone heard me. When I finally returned to class, my teacher made fun of me in front of the entire class for taking so long in the bathroom. I'm over 30 and still remember the deep shame and embarrassment that this teacher caused. Some people shouldn't be allowed to teach. Period. Wearing headphones all the time in loud volume. As someone who used to do this, it constantly rings true today. Only doing minimum payments on debt. Allowing interest to work against you. Overworking and not taking time off from work. Last week, we had some really great weather. My husband has Wednesdays off, and on Tuesday afternoon he suggested I take Wednesday off so we can enjoy the day. I was hesitant to do so as we are understaffed and I had quite a bit of work and some deadlines. Usually I don't have deadlines, but I thought that life is too short. So I asked my boss if I could take the next day off as it was going to be a sunny day. He said sure. I have a great boss. I work for a small local business and get paid shit. But I'm very thankful that if I'm sick, my boss tells me to relax and feel better, or if it's a nice day and last minute I text him that I'd like to take a mental health day, he responds, enjoy. I can't imagine working for someone who makes you feel bad for being human and needing, or wanting, to miss a day of work for whatever reason. Similar circumstances. Work for a poorly run local business. Underpaid. But I can basically call in whenever. I heard this quote, I'm not sure who from. We teach people how to treat us. I find this a good reminder, especially when meeting new people. We teach people how to treat us, and sometimes you need to be the one that treats a person as they treat others. This reminds me of when I stopped following the golden rule. The golden rule is basically treat people how you want to be treated. I stopped following it when I heard the line treat others how they want to be treated. It helped me stop making assumptions and be more empathetic to other people's experiences instead of just relying on my own experiences for learning how to treat people. Thinking it's polite to avoid hard subjects. Instead, we should learn how to appropriately address those subjects in a variety of settings. Avoiding them lets things that need to be addressed fester and grow. This deserves all the upvotes. Life would be easier to navigate if people stopped hiding skeletons everywhere. or thought I constantly have had running through my head the past year is this world been 500 times easier if people were just better at communicating, whether it's from stuff as pedantic as driving or as intimate as personal relationships. Basically 99% of bad things that happen is because some of the parties failed to communicate. If people stopped hiding or concealing things and just communicated their concerns, plans, issues, and feelings, the quality of most people's lives would likely immediately improve. Sticking around in a relationship where you aren't happy. People pleasing. If you are more concerned with making sure everyone around you is happy than you are about your own well-being, it will bite you in the ass. Eventually you will start to resent people because you will feel that they don't put in as much effort as you do, when in reality you are just doing too much. Take care of yourself, or you will not be able to truly care for others. Learn early how to set and maintain proper boundaries. I've also slowly realized that it's possible to people please so much that you truly don't even know what you want anymore, whether a small choice about dining out or a major life decision on a career or family. 100%. Been there most of my life. Not saying I'm not in the middle of it now, but that's why it's worth sharing. If you are young and you can learn to set healthy boundaries now, it will definitely be better for you in the long run. I'm in my 30s and really don't know who I am or what I want. My happiness has been so dependent on the happiness of others for so long. I can't even feel fulfilled if I'm not making someone else happy. It's honestly pretty miserable. I'm 29 and I feel exactly like this right now. No real goal or path in life. No big dream or anything. Simply relying on others' happiness to live. And it's honestly burning me out a bit. I do want to try and move on, but I just struggle to see a way out of that mindset. I get that setting boundaries is a part of it, but when I try to do that, I just feel like I'm doing nothing instead. It makes me feel guilty and awful, and then I regret even trying. Lack of sleep. Expecting people to treat you the way you treat them. So many people go above and beyond for someone who only associates with them when they want something, but never return the favor. This was my weakness. Going above and beyond for people I really like, and then feeling really hurt and worthless when they won't even hang out with me. People who continuously choose to sweep things under the rug to keep the peace. No peace is kept that way. It just builds a mountain of resentment until one day it causes irreparable harm to the relationship, whether it's toxicity or indifference. And it makes the person who's willing to work through the issues look like they're the one who can't let things go. People, please learn how to have difficult conversations constructively. Edited typus. Man, my last relationship to a T. I think we went back and forth with the roles, building up each other's piles of resentment. On my end I had a mountain of small issues that she absolutely refused to acknowledge or change. I didn't hate her, but I had a huge list of tiny meaningless things that built a resentment mountain. For her it was mostly two big issues that she used to ignore all my good traits to justify cheating in the end. I now know that I have to have the conversations. No matter how I feel about a person or how hard it was to get them, if they refuse to come to a compromise on even small things, they have to be cut out of my life. Not wearing sunscreen. Baz, is that you? Don't read beauty magazines. They will only make you feel ugly. Along the same lines, don't read gun magazines. They will only make you feel unsafe. Procrastination when it comes to addressing health issues. If you don't get the problem corrected when you first realize it, it's almost always guaranteed to worsen and become more expensive to treat. Constantly saying yes to everything sounds polite and helpful, but over time it drains your energy, builds resentment, and burns you out before you even notice. Did this for 20 years as well. You'll notice that the people you want to will begin to respect you more when you don't go out of your way to please others. After a while you realize you're not being nice, you're just being stupid. Only visiting a healthcare professional if the issue is extreme/long-term persistent reduces the likelihood of catching serious illnesses in the early stages dramatically if you resist speaking to a doctor until it's crippling. This is US thing that is solely on the shitty negative incentives generated by the insurance system. I would also say that when I've tried to get something chronic handled, I'm met with either apathy or nothing showing in blood work/scans and cyclic repeat of tests with no answers. Neither of those is great either. The good old we don't know, and that will be $500 today bonus points if we never applied your payment to your account. So we'll be bothering you in 30 days looking for another $500. Bottling up emotions for a long period of time. This can hurt your partner so bad. Not wanting to rock the boat just results in anger and someone saying things they don't mean. Or not even necessarily blow-ups, but resentment and long-lasting misunderstandings. Playing on their phones when driving. I see it every other driver. So scary. Everyone knows this is bad. They just choose to ignore and do it anyway. It is found to be worse than being drunk. It is illegal in many places now. If you cause a wreck, it can cause you to get prison time. Drinking hot lemon water every day. Friend went to the dentist and found out she'd destroyed her enamel after years of doing this for her health. I also have a friend who destroyed his enamel because of constantly drinking water with various acidic additives. Some people think drinking apple cider vinegar is good for your gut. If you're going to drink acidic things like this constantly, use a reusable straw. Apple cider vinegar is good for your gut. Most of the theorized benefits of drinking apple cider vinegar could be achieved by simply eating better diets. Practically everyone I know who's said they're trying that usually tells me while eating a 1200 plus calorie meal. Doom scrolling. It is messing with people's dopamine regulation on a scale we cannot yet comprehend. Children are in the most danger. Hate seeing my little nephew glued to a screen since before he could talk. I have a feeling poor eyesight is going to become an epidemic at some point in the near future. We are staring at light boxes a foot from our faces half of our time, and the other half our jobs depend on 15 to 27 inch screens. Then we are watching 32 to 65 inch HD TVs to relax the other half. Yes, 3 halves. Subjecting themselves to toxic people solely because they share DNA. 100% agreed with this. Cutting my toxic, abusive father out of my life was one of the best decisions I've ever made for both my mental health and my safety. I'm very happy for you. You are not alone. r/estranged adult kids. Losing your fishing lure. This leaves a long trail of plastic monofilament fishing line that entangles wildlife and remains a persistent problem. Scuba diving and the popular shore fishing spots looks like a tangled wasteland. Trust me when I say, I will go to great lengths to recover a lost lure. Climbing trees, jumping into frigid water, you name it. Those fuckers are expensive. The rebel crawdads I favor are like $5 a piece. Financial illiteracy. Not having a budget. Living on credit. Sure, people know it's bad. Those same people still get completely blindsided when they have to face it in adulthood. I don't really have much of a budget exactly. More a general vibe with what to spend. Seems to be working. This works for me as well. Counting every penny seems like an exhausting way to live. Eating those last few bites when you're full. It's just a few bites of food, right? It can lead to overeating and teaching your body to expect more food over time. This can lead to an increase in weight and all of the other mental health effects that go with weight gain. Yes, Clean Plate Club is incredibly damaging to a kid's relationship with food. I'm really glad my dad's mantra every time he saw me struggling to finish my food was don't force yourself. Not to say he didn't try and get me to eat veggies. He just used other motivators like dessert and the like. Junk food. I'm 32F and naturally slim, so would eat a lot of junk food. I've just been diagnosed with high cholesterol and high blood pressure because of my bad diet. Not wearing SPF. I'm so furious with the misinformation spreading nowadays about sunscreen being toxic and that it's a scam. Crunchy wellness influencers bragging about making homemade, useless sunscreen are going to get people killed, and I wish there was a way to hold them accountable.